Cool. Hello, Noah.
Hey Nolan.
Hi. Thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm pretty excited for this.
Yeah, of course, dude. Would you mind just start off by telling the audience a little bit about yourself?
All right, so I'm 21 years old. I grew up in Northeast Ohio. Um, I had a dad from Germany and a mom from Ohio. Um, that was pretty cool. I love mountain biking and I love snowboarding. Just a lot of shred sports. Those are pretty fun. Um, yeah, I like going on adventures too. Pretty
Cool.
basic, but like,
Nice. No, it's great. Yeah, awesome, man. Well, yeah. Again, thanks for coming on. So, first question I got for you is, when when I first went biking with you, you get like really excited about biking, and
Mhm.
that made me want to be around you more because it's a good positive attitude, and I like it's like a
I
sort of
appreciate
a
that.
yeah, of course. It's a crush it to me. It came off as like a crush it mindset, just like whatever you're doing.
Yeah, dude, I
And
I got that from
can you
you too,
walk
Nolan.
us through that?
What's that? Sorry.
Can you hear me all right?
It's a little quiet, but it's not a
Oh,
problem. Maybe I could get a headphone, but
we if you need to, if it keeps on giving you issues, you're more than welcome to pause up
no.
and get headphones. But can you hear me all right now?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, cool. Yeah, could you walk us through that? Just like the process that like you your crush it mindset.
Um, I don't know. Like I just enjoy being on a bike. Like even a bad day on a bike is better than most other days not on a bike. Um, so wait, sorry, Nolan. What were you saying about the mindset?
Um, Sorry, no, you're all good, bro. I'm you don't have to just apply it towards biking, by the way, because I feel like I notice it in like just pretty much like things that you do in general.
Hmm.
But like your ability to look at something and be like, all right, it's gonna be all right. Like we're gonna do this, and it's gonna be a good time.
Definitely. I don't know. I've tried to get into the mindset of enjoying the process more than just thinking about the final result, and that's always helpful. I don't know. I definitely still think of like what could be sometimes, and I want to try to avoid that. But like, yeah, I don't know. Try to put yourself in the moment there.
Word, nice. Right on. Was there a specific time you would say, or something that's like memorable to you that made you want to go, oh, maybe the process is a little more valuable than I gave it credit for?
Um, I don't know. It's definitely something that's been told to me by a few people.
Ah, I
Um,
see.
like my mom definitely said stuff about that. Um, I don't know. Yeah, just like I don't know. Enjoying
Word.
what you're
Yeah,
doing and not trying to think about what you could be doing.
yeah, yeah, right on. I started going biking. I started going biking with you. I feel like, gosh, it was maybe a year or two ago, and
Yeah, I
during
think it was around then.
during a year or two ago, let's say, like during that time, I was trying to be a did you know me when I was trying to do the volunteer firefighter thing?
I do remember you mentioning something about it, but I don't
Yeah.
remember a ton about
So
it.
like when I was doing the volunteer firefighter, didn't wasn't actually a volunteer firefighter. I was just in an academy. And when I was doing it, I was planning out my life pretty much like a psycho. And I would just essentially like, all right, I can do this, and it's a good career path, and can bring me to age 60, to which what point I can retire and have a nice, comfortable life. And it seemed nice to me, and I was very almost focused on like basically the goal and not the path. And then one of the things that helps me through that, basically, like, long story short, I got kicked out of the fire academy because they didn't think I was a good recruit. And to be honest with myself, I don't think I would have made a good firefighter. Like, I don't.
Did they give you much of a chance though?
I don't know. I think so. It was like in their own way, yeah. In their own way.
That's fair. I think you could have been a good firefighter.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I did get my EMT. That was nice.
That's
still save your life. But
I appreciate that.
Just wasn't grooving. And like being around people like you, really, they're like, one of the reasons why I asked you that question was being around people kind of like you who had that, like, just stoked to be there. Like, that was the impression I got, was that you're just pretty much like stoked to be doing what you're doing. And that,
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, that makes me feel pretty goddamn good when I'm, struggling through my own BS.
Definitely. No, I get that impression from you too. And like, I don't know, it's always fun just like grinding with or doing anything with a stoked crew of homies, and like, I don't know, no complaints.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like, even, gosh, that's such a good example. Even building that jump this summer.
I know, it was so fun. We were moving shovels, but like, it was a good ass time.
Yeah, that was amazing. And gosh, you were one of like the few guys that would just keep on showing up consistently much. And it was, really nice to be around like someone who's committed to the idea, even though it's a really long noise.
Yeah. But it's definitely gonna be worth it once it fully comes together. It's close.
Yeah, it's so close. Yeah. For those, I guess I haven't talked about it on here before. Me and a bunch of buddies were basically building this jump in Montana this last summer and digging after work. And it has taken a long time, about 3 months, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, it's not done yet, but we're working on it. You're gonna get it done. And those that are real homie was showing up when nobody else wanted to show up. So that's been super nice.
I definitely can't take credit for that jump though. But that was all on you.
I don't think anybody can take full credit for it.
That's fair. But yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's, anyways, just one of the things I've been trying to appreciate recently, enjoying the process, especially with being on this exchange program. I find myself missing friends quite often, and it's been a real challenge, I suppose, for me to like specifically just be where I am and accept that I have no real long-term friends here, but still like make the best out of it and try to meet new people.
Definitely. Yeah. Hopefully those connections can sometimes come around in the future.
Yeah, I think they do. Friendship just takes time.
But also with like enjoying the process, it's also worth noting that like you should still like have goals and like think about like things in the future, because then if you just settle where you are all the time, then you might stay in one place. But like that's been said a lot of times.
I've I've definitely been caught in that rut before.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure. Yeah, it's definitely finding a balance there.
I enjoyed the process of high school a little too much.
Dude, same. Same. Definitely the later years, but man,
How fun was that, man?
I know.
So good.
What's that? Sorry, it cut out for a second.
Yeah, it was just high school was really good and
Yeah, it was fun.
super fun to me.
Definitely.
Yeah, the only thing I was focused on was like getting, if it was Friday, I'd get beer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one time I picked my dad up from the tire shop with Jake in the car, and we were going downtown and to go to school, and he needed a car
Mm-hmm.
after I drove to school, so he took it, and he basically just like hopped in the car, moved a sweatshirt, and there was a box of beer underneath the sweatshirt, and I was a junior or something, so he goes, "What the fuck, Nolan? Why'd you do? Come on!" And then he takes it away from me. And I was like looking at him, like, dude, I'm just gonna buy more beer. And he's just like, I know, but I'm still taking it.
That's hilarious.
That's like the one goal.
Sorry, that last sentence got cut out again.
Oh, you're all good. I'm just saying it's the one goal that I had in mind was just like partying. And
Oh yeah,
it's been a big shift.
definitely.
Is your connection
Especially,
like
freshman
kind
year
of,
of college too.
yeah? Is your connection all right?
It might not be. Our Wi-Fi is pretty spotty sometimes. I'm sorry about that.
Okay. All right. Well, I can hear you fine on my end. So just, I don't really care, dude. Just if it's bugging you too much, we can figure something else out. But just keep on asking me again if you can't hear it because I don't want you to miss here.
Oh, dude, yeah, you're all good. I don't mind. It's like usually just a few words.
About um like the way, gosh, how do I even put this? The way progression is
Mm-hmm.
mountain biking. You know what I'm getting at? It's like how much
Oh,
is too much, basically.
yeah, definitely. I
Yeah,
don't know.
what's
I
your take
struggle.
on it?
I struggle with that because like I'll watch like a sick edit and I'll see someone do like a crazy flat spin or something. I'll be like, yeah, I want to do that. But then again, like I can't consistently land a regular 360. So I feel like it's like, I don't know, slowly progressing is really important because in the long run, you're going to progress faster than trying to progress too fast and then hurting yourself. I mean,
Yeah,
very, very much been said, but yeah.
yeah. Like, what do you want your graph to look like as a mountain biker?
Exactly. You want, I don't know, you want it to be pretty linear.
Yeah, you'd hope it's linear, but sometimes it's mad exponential decay.
Definitely. And that sucks sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. I was doing 360s at the skateboard park last night, and I was just eating shit so hard. It was dark out, and like I just really wanted. I crashed like 5 times before I landed one because I just like wouldn't let myself stop until I got one because I wanted to go home. I hate going home and going to sleep off of a slam. That's my worst.
Yeah,
Like, oh, I hate
that
it so much.
I hate doing that too. I always try it's sometimes I never make it to this point, but like if I take a crash on a trick or like doing something, I was like, I gotta go do this again before I leave, or the last thing I remember is crashing on this.
I know you can't. If you like whatever you can do to not do that.
I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I want to, dude. I want to learn how to play videos on the podcast.
I have no idea how that could go.
I'm gonna learn how to do that. That's one of like, that's what I get it done today.
Dude, what about this share content button up here?
I don't want to mess around with something right now because I wouldn't have like I don't want to. I'll figure it out later. I'll get it dialed and I'll bring it to the show.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, but probably
Hmm.
mostly what I would love to show right now for the guests. You remember when Cam Zink did was it like the 360 off of the Oakley Icon Center? In one of
Oh,
the
dude, I don't know if I've seen that
rampages?
clip.
Dude, I don't know if it was the Oakley Icon Center, but it was Cam Zink, and he does a massive 360 at one of the rampages. Just smacks his head on the ground, like absolute, like, whoop, gets up the top of the mountain, does the same exact trick again, and stomps it.
That's ridiculous.
That was there is different for everybody. If you really want to do something, you should do it. But like, where is the line? I just struggle with it so much.
Yeah, I don't know.
Clearly, I'd probably draw it, a little bit before I went off a 50-foot drop and tried to spin it. But
Me too. Like, I can safely say I don't think that's ever happening in my life.
yeah, you'd have to pay. I don't know how much money someone would have to pay me to spin a 50-foot drop.
Definitely. And like, when does it becoming like your career really affect it too? Like, how does that happen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, God, what? Seriously.
Like, yeah.
And I told someone recently that it was maybe like 3 months ago. I was like, man, like being a professional biker would be really cool if you could make that happen with your life. And he goes, dude, honestly, you might have more fun if you didn't try and do it for money.
Yeah, that's what I've been picking up too. It seems like you just got to be groundbreaking every time you go out and ride a bike. There's a lot of pressure there.
Oh yeah, and it's like all the pressure, like a little bit of fun gets taken away. And
Definitely.
Serious kudos to the guys that do. There's got to be some guys that are able to just like not have the financial pressure, be a sponsored rider, and they just like happen to be a sponsored rider because they're doing it for fun and they love it.
Definitely. Like,
but I don't know if I could do that.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like seeing riders who were sponsored and they like started just like dropping them because they want to ride for fun again, which is
yeah. I like your shirt, by the way.
Oh, dude, thank you. Jamie got it for me a while ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good, dude.
Oh, sorry, you cut out on that last.
Yeah, you're all good, bro. I said you look good in it. You're looking.
Oh, dude, thank you. You do too.
Thanks, man. Normal ass shirt.
You're a floating head, but it looks good. I like the brown shirt.
Yeah. Got my Marmot shirt on today. Yeah. Yeah, anyways, just
where do you draw the line? Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm able to put my finger on where I do.
That's fair.
That's part of the reason why I love mountain biking so much.
Yeah. I feel like it's different every day too.
It is, because last night I went to the skate park and I told myself I wasn't going to do any 360s. And then my buddy Finn, he's like, Nolan, man, where are the 360s at?
That's hilarious.
I wanted to do some 360s.
Yeah. Wait, sorry.
Cutting out again?
Yeah, it's cutting out.
Can you hear me?
I heard that. I didn't hear before it.
All good. Yeah, you're all good, bro. Where I draw the line, where I want to draw the line is whenever I feel like my ego is getting involved.
That's a good way to put it. I agree. I don't think that's always how it happens, but yeah.
No, yeah, and gosh, there's exceptions, but at the end of this last summer, last time you saw me in person was at Legacy Bike Park, and the night before that, there was a whip off, and I wasn't comfortable doing whips on my dirt jumper on that jump, and I wanted to be as good as the other guys, so I was just trying to like go bigger than I was comfortable with, and there was a lot of ego involved. I wasn't having fun. I was having ego, and I got a concussion, and
Yeah.
it wasn't.
That's
It was.
always just
I was having fun. It wasn't worth it. I love doing whips too. They're so fun. You go get involved, and it made it not fun. And then I got hurt.
definitely.
Yeah.
I've been there before too. And
Mhm.
it's not a good feeling. I don't know. And especially when you just like could look back on your moment and you're like, wow, I could have easily avoided that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like literally like ride so good that day. Like
Mhm.
backflips to mulch like earlier
Yeah,
that morning.
sick.
And
I was so sick.
I was stoked. I wanted to flip that jump all year at Legacy, and like it was my like fourth or fifth time going back to Legacy, probably fourth. I don't think fifth, but
Mhm.
that summer, and it was just in my head all summer. I'm gonna flip this jump. I'm gonna flip this jump, and finally I was ready. I was flipping it, did it like 3 or 4 times, and I was stoked. And then my stupid big ego got involved, and I got hurt doing a whip because I wanted to be a cool guy.
Damn. And it's always, yeah, that's sad. I'm sorry, but
That's okay. It's live and learn, but that's
that's
where I draw the line is when it's not fun anymore, but I still want to do it.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's when it becomes like you proven something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got
What?
nothing. Or what was that?
Oh yeah, I was just saying when I broke my ankle, I was literally riding with this like kid for the first time, because he wanted to like do a lap like down Ninja, and literally first quarter like top of the run, not even at Ninja. Sorry, whoever's watching, Ninja Marmot's trail at Big Sky, but I was just like trying to show off, and I went a little fast into a corner and slid out and broke my ankle beginning of the season. Didn't even get to start work there yet, but yeah, definitely could have avoided that one.
Yeah, I remember that. That was pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, switching gears a little bit, what's something that you've changed? And it can be anything. What's something that you've changed your mind about?
Ooh, I don't know.
We can
Religion,
let it.
but
Yeah, I don't care. You can talk about whatever you want.
I mean, I definitely I grew up like Christian, but definitely changed my mind around on that.
Why is
Which
that?
I don't know. Like I I don't want to raise like offense to anything here, but
Oh, dude. Hey, hey. Any hate crimes on the show? I think we're okay.
yeah. I don't know. I just felt like there was a lot of proof to deny Christianity, and then also just like I started thinking, man, this is just like a story that old people are telling down to their children, and then so on through generations. And I was like, huh. But yeah. I
Yeah,
just kind of accepted like not really knowing like if there's anything after death or something like that. But yeah.
nice. That's that's. I grew up. Wait, did you say you grew up Christian or Catholic?
Just Christian.
Christian. Yeah, I grew up Catholic, so like basically, isn't it like Christianity but with more rules?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wasn't really stoked about church. It
Yeah.
wasn't fun. It wasn't fun.
That's
That's what they
fair.
really fucked up. Like they didn't make it fun. I really wish it
Yeah.
could have been fun.
Wait,
Yeah.
sorry, say that
But
last.
I said I really wish they could have made it fun.
Yeah, I agree. It'd be more appealing that way.
Yeah. But that's yeah, you accepted you accepted your own like unknowingness.
Yeah, that's how I put it.
And you're like, this person's a person that's also technically unknowing and they're preaching knowingness out of unknowingness.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fair enough. I do think it's cool though. I I like the component of love that religion brings to the table.
Yeah, there's definitely something to be said for that. I agree with
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Like,
the fundamentals, right? The
yeah,
fundamentals of all religions sort of like congregate where you should care for your neighbor and you should love people.
exactly.
You shouldn't kill your brother. Um,
I mean, a lot of really great points there.
yeah, yeah.
I
What do
agree
you
with
think
that.
changes? What do you think changes though? As like how do those amazing tenets get warped over time, like in your eyes?
Oh, I feel like, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of good messages in like the Bible and everything, but I feel like they're warped for power, like throughout the ages, and like they're definitely not said accurately just to get like someone better political opinion or something like that, or literally just
Hmm.
power in general. Yeah,
Yeah, so like the question of who changed the book for their personal gain,
exactly.
and like because there's a point in time where the Bible, gosh, see, this is fun. Like if I want my first internet hater, dude. I'm so excited. I want my first. I was thinking about it. I was like, man, I got no haters. Like,
Dude,
I
that's
need some haters.
exactly how you get publicity.
Yeah.
It's what you gotta do. Say the most controversial things, and then people will be flying all over your video.
Yeah, I just want people to get outraged at what I say. So I really don't. But anyways, there's the point in time where people had to officiate the official version of the Bible, right?
Right.
And we're just taking like some guys, whoever's word. I don't know who the Bible was published by. I don't think it says. Um,
Yeah.
but actually, I don't know if it says. I don't have a Bible in my room.
I
But
don't think it does.
I don't think I don't. Yeah, that wouldn't make much sense. But like, who's to say? You know?
Exactly. Who's to
Mm-hmm.
say?
Yeah, who's to say? But yeah, I kind of like the idea of even if you don't stick with the religion, that your role models, parents, whatever you want to think of, Like even if you don't stick with it when it was presented to you as a child, I think it's kind of a good spot to be in like terms of outlook of life. Like, oh, I was introduced to this thing that arguably somebody else is going to try and introduce me to at some point in time.
Definitely. It was definitely like, yeah, helpful in my upbringing and like seeing a lot of different perspectives that I probably wouldn't see nowadays.
I lost my train of thought, bro.
Yeah, me too. I forget, where were we?
Gosh, man. We were talking about, oh yeah, we were talking about how it's to be valuable for your parents to expose you to religion instead of someone else.
Oh, definitely.
Ooh. Yeah. Like, because someone could like expose you to religion to take advantage of you.
Yeah, no, that's actually a really good point, because it definitely was not from that. Like, yeah, my parents definitely didn't do it to take advantage of me, very obviously, and especially when I wasn't religious anymore, they had no problem with it. But like, yeah, I agree. Like seeing it from them first was much better.
Yeah, I think it's nice when you have teachers that like love and or like the if there can be a positive mindset behind the intention of teaching someone something.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And there definitely was there. And I learned some positive things from it too.
Yeah. I've always wanted to read the Bible, man.
Yeah. What's that?
I said I've always wanted to read the Bible.
Yeah, I mean, I read it a little bit growing up, but I don't remember a whole lot.
Yeah, me neither. I read one page. I got really bored.
Yeah.
But I know the stories. I read the children's Bible.
Oh yeah, those ones are way better. They got the like nice concise summaries. You don't need all the boring stuff in there.
They had the pictures.
Exactly. It was perfect.
I like the
that's
pictures.
definitely what I remember.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, speaking of sort of religion, don't have to think of it in terms of religion, but how do you decipher between truth and like false information when it's presented to you in like really any form? It could be academic, societal, a friend.
Definitely. That is hard because okay, I'm in a very like scientific major, which is environmental science. It literally has it in the name. But like with that, it's like you have evidence just by like research results and like literally analytical counts of things and stuff like that. You can like see hard evidence right there. And obviously that cannot be applied to everything, like anything existential, really, but or not existential. Wait, is that the right word for that?
I'm confused, man.
Sorry. So, like, how do you distinguish between truth and like
Yes, truth and
false
information.
Yeah. I don't know. Proof is a lot of it. Like objective findings that can't really be like disputed. I don't know. A lot. If something has opinion or like clear opinion towards something, it's usually not very truthful. But that's not always said. And like also you can't be true about everything because not everything can be proven.
I see.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Ooh, no, that makes total sense. You can't be true about everything. That's funny because not everything can be proven.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's easy to want to think that I'm true about everything.
Definitely.
Yeah. I take myself pretty seriously, or at least I want to take myself seriously.
I feel that.
And
Yeah,
gosh, that's a good reminder. That's
definitely.
Noah Heck said
Okay.
that. You can't
What's
be
that?
true. I said Noah Heck said that. That's wise words.
Dude, thank you. What's your criteria for truth?
I yeah, thanks for asking. Just speaking on the sciencey degree in college. I'm a college student as well. I think maybe people know that. I forget what I talk about sometimes, but I was a liberal arts major. Respect to liberal arts majors. Sociologists have their place in this world. I'm actually reading a book by a sociologist called The Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell, which is a banger of a book that I'm going to email this guy and I'm going to have him on. That's the goal. He's a really famous author.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm going to have Malcolm Gladwell on once I finish that book. I'm going to bug the heck out of him. Anyways, just saying, I don't hate liberal arts majors by any means, but I think there's a lot of bullshit in that degree.
And
I
understand that.
Like, there's just so much, with all due respect, actually with no respect, like there's just so much gender bullshit that was tried, pushed on me my freshman year. It was like, oh, you should call your baby a they, which was one of the things I was pushed in my sociology class. And oh, you can have as many pronouns as you want. It's like, oh, dude, I feel like my life was pretty good before I got into college and people started teaching me about pronouns. I didn't really need this in my life, It's like, why are you trying to teach me out, bro? And I just got fed up with it. And things, well, it is good to notice people who are disparaged in society, and, gosh, to a point, but I don't know. I just felt like there was a lot of complaining.
That I could see that.
On a lot of I think it's okay to complain about things when you're doing something about it.
Definitely.
You can voice a wrongdoing and then take action to make it better. But what I don't like is when wrongdoings are voiced just to upset other people. And I felt like that was what a lot of what was going on.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. I've seen that before too.
Yeah. Anyways, I switched my degree program and now I'm a bachelor's of science major as well. So trying to take the classes that I didn't take in high school because I want to get smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I go to put your answer in a meatball it up. You go to hard facts and sciences and things that can be proven over and over again.
For sure. I 100% agree with that. Also, back to the college thing. You think you're getting much out of these college classes? And not?
Yeah. You know what? I actually had kind of a profound realization, which is there's
really?
basically two types of classes. And by the way, I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna start shouting brands out on the podcast. Crown Royale, if you ever want to sponsor this podcast, please do. All right, little side note there, but
pick up that sponsorship. Pick up that.
Please, Crown, sponsor me. I'm sorry, no, I completely forgot your question.
Oh, what, or I guess what college classes are you getting things out of, or how is that?
Oh, working? Yeah. The profound realization. Gosh, see, this is why extreme sports scares me, dude. I feel like I've probably gotten a little more stupid in the past 4 years.
Same.
Concussions are not to be taken lightly. Anyways, profound realization was that there are two types of classes that I take, and it's the classes that I already know what's going on, and it's there because it's required for my degree, and I want to get a degree so I can get done with it. And then there's classes also required for my degree, but I actually like taking. So those classes are really good. I took a fine motor control class this last semester. I learned how to practice well, like things that make beginners learn well as beginners, and how information is transferred. For example, that's a really engaging class for me. I love that. And then there's classes that aren't engaging, and it's a torture fest. And I get to listen to people speak about things that I don't necessarily give a fuck about.
Definitely.
And what I sort of realized about that is I was, instead of looking at it like torture, I was given, which doesn't happen all the time because I have a weak mind, but what I've been trying to do is look at it in terms of I'm given the opportunity to get good at listening to horse shit.
Dude, that's honestly a good way of putting it. It is going to make you stronger in the long run, even if it's literally just sitting there and like listening. But
yeah, you get to show respect to people, even if you don't want to respect them, because I feel like you just never know when you're going to need somebody, and when it's good practice to be a good human, but I just feel like you never know when life's going to come around and slap you upside the head, say, hey man, remember me? Disrespectful.
Exactly. Exactly. I don't know. Someone could definitely be an ass in one thing, but like be pretty great at something else.
Yeah. So I'm trying to be really grateful for the opportunity that mainly my parents have presented me with. I put a little money forth, but I'm just like, you know what? Let's make the best of it. I'm a really lucky guy, and I feel like I'd just be acting like a real piece of shit if I didn't try to make the best of it. Which doesn't mean that I don't hate school some days. Especially, did this happen to you? Last time I went to Utah and went mountain biking, and I came back to go to school, I got really depressed. Not like super depressed, but like really just bummed out about doing school for the next week.
Dude, same, bro. Same. I got back from Utah and I just started listening to like divorced dad rock. And I was like, I just want to ride my bike in the desert, man.
I know. I just want to quit everything and get a band, man.
Exactly.
Those feelings hit hard sometimes.
It really is.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't realize how free your soul can be until you camp for a week in the desert.
It's so nice. It's really refreshing, even though there's no water out there.
Yeah. You're just like drinking Red Bull and smoking weed.
Exactly.
So fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's how I kind of feel about my classes. What about you? Are you content with where you are in your degree and what you've chosen to learn?
Definitely. Like, I don't know. Classes have still been pretty boring up to this point, but they're getting more specific. Like, honestly, my favorite class this year was organic chemistry, which sounds crazy, but like it was actually like kind of cool. Like, could see how things are made in the world, but I don't know.
Could you? Sorry, I- I took general chem, but you also know I'm still like I'm not on your level of chemistry, and
Mhm.
maybe some other people aren't on this show who could be listening because people do watch this show now. It's just in
Hell
we're getting
yeah.
the numbers up. But could you explain to the audience like what in like organic chemistry for dummies in a nutshell, like why you think it's cool?
So organic chemistry is basically studying interactions with like large molecules that have a lot of carbon in them. Like carbon's pretty much the building block for most like molecules out there and pretty much the whole world, or most like just substances in general. Um, but like yeah, organic chemistry teaches like you simply how to name those things and then just like how they interact with each other, what creates what. Um, like general chemistry, but with just larger molecules. Um, and like there's no math really. There's not like a bunch of equations. It's a lot of more just like a memorization. Um,
It's a lot of structures, right? And how like different
exactly.
and how different structures can go together, right?
Hmm.
Like if I think they taught me this in regular people chemistry that say if there's like I'm gonna draw a little thing and this could be completely off and then so like this right here can bond because it's in the right like order and form. And then this here couldn't bond. I don't know if it's actually like correct, but this here couldn't bond because it's not in the right direction and placement and space and time. And
Kind of.
is that totally off?
It's more, I don't know. Like there's definitely like some spatial arrangements of molecules make it so they can't like react with other molecules. Um, but it's more like if you hit this molecule with this molecule in this solution or like and you heat it or something, you're gonna get this molecule.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, that's cool. I like chemistry. I think it's fun.
Definitely.
Yeah. Literally so bad at chemistry, but it was engaging.
Yeah, it was painfully hard, but I agree. It's very engaging. And especially I had a good teacher this year, which is good, or professor.
Nice. Good. Who'd you have?
His name was Stephen Holmgren, but
Okay.
yeah, he was really enthusiastic about it and just he's been doing it for a long time, so he knows what he's doing.
Good. Nice.
But yeah,
Yeah. It helps so much. I love having a teacher that cares about their job.
definitely. Yeah, he
Yeah.
he for sure did.
Yeah.
But
I'm actually gonna interview one of my professors.
oh really?
Yeah, yeah. He's the guy who did my fine motor class and he's so passionate about his job. His
Dude, hell
name's
yeah.
Greg Kazoris, and he's just the man. He's getting me stoked about like sports science, and I'm
Dude,
stoked to learn from him. So he's
that's gonna be really
going to
exciting.
come on the show soon.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's
probably
gonna be a
within the
really
month.
cool interview.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm excited. I want to find people. I'm on the hunt, but I'm in the right direction. I feel like I'm putting myself in the right direction, which actually brings me to my next question. This is a really good flow into my next question. But I'm on the hunt for people that genuinely love what they wanted, like what they're doing.
Like career wise or like just like
Yeah,
hobby wise?
career right now, career wise, in because I know a lot of people. Yeah, actually, you know what? Mostly career wise, because I know a lot of people that love what they do that's not their job.
Right. Yeah, I feel like that's most people because you're gonna do what you want to do when you don't have to do something.
Right?
I guess
Or, you
that's a
know, and
good
if you're
point.
not, then you should probably find something you want to do with your free time because it's your time.
Exactly.
It's like, dude, come on, anybody can do that. um,
That's a good point.
but yeah, that's I'm on the hunt for people that love what they're doing.
I feel like there's a lot to learn from those people too, because they kind of
Like there
figured it
is,
out.
yeah, yeah. You're not going. You're that life isn't coming at them. They're coming at life.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. I think it's also definitely important to have a job where you're learning something consistently.
Yeah, yeah. That's super important. That's gosh, you're bringing up some great points, Noah.
Thank you.
Remaining. I'm gonna write it down. Remaining stag. How's your clock looking, by the way? I have nothing to do. I'm having fun. But if
Oh,
you're like have
I'm
things to
totally
do
chilling.
tonight, I don't want to keep you longer than
No,
I
I
deserve.
got literally nothing. You're good.
Word. I've got like 3 or 4 more questions if you want
Dude,
to keep on going.
shoot. Shoot.
Sweet, right on, man. Well, first of all, get to this after I ask you what I was initially going to ask you, which is, gosh, I've been having thoughts recently, Noah. This podcast helps me think critically. So,
Let's hear it.
what does it mean to you to put yourself in a place where you can expedite the growth process?
Ooh. Like how do you get there, or like what does it mean when you get there?
Um, anybody, everybody's capable of growth,
Right.
regardless of where they are. However, you can only certain jobs, you can only like be so good at learning in your job.
Definitely.
Like what there's this is such like a multifaceted question. So I'll just hone in on like a certain part of it. Say for an example is what are you doing outside, like how does your whole day play into your growth as a person?
Ooh. That's a good point. Like, good question. I would definitely say not every day really ends in a lot of growth. Sometimes it's the same thing I did yesterday, but I don't know. I think doing a lot of things in one day is really important, and like I don't know, not slowing down until you're actually like near the end of your day and ready to settle down, because once you slow down it's hard to pick back up again. But like that's when the most growth happens, is I don't know, we're just consistently outgoing doing something.
Yeah, there's yeah, being consistent with what you're doing. And I heard this recently, which is a lot of growth can happen with like kind of quite literally what you're saying at the end of the day. Like that
Like,
last 30 minutes that you don't want to do,
mhm.
but you and if you choose to or if anybody chooses it to do anyways, it's like I gosh, I heard this on I forget who said it. He was some strategist person who was on the Tim Ferriss show. Anyway, if you know Tim Ferriss,
I do not. I'm
Great
pretty
podcast.
uncultured.
Everyone should check out this Tim Ferriss show. He's got a really good podcast. He's like an entrepreneur, business, Salt Lake City, San Francisco type of guy. Anyways, genius dude. Had this guy on that was talking about that you should end your day with something hard.
Dude, that's good.
And I don't know the science behind it. So I'm kind of just chirping the microphone right now.
Well, I don't know. I feel like just in general, like doing something that you don't want to do afterwards is very rewarding because it makes you a little more just confident in yourself. Like, and just raises your, because you did that and didn't think you
could. Yeah. It kind of it does circle back to what we were saying about ending the skate sesh without a slam.
Exactly.
You gonna do the easy thing and walk away, or are you gonna end it with something hard and stomp your trick and then get the heck out of there?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of reward in like earning something.
Yeah, but I think so too. Especially in a world where like so much is given to all of us.
Definitely. Like so much.
Milk, like buying stuff from the store. You can just buy food now. You don't actually have to like chase an animal and kill it anymore.
Exactly. It's crazy.
And it's earning stuff is sometimes not hard to come by, but it's easy not to come by.
It's so easy to not do it just because the process.
Yeah. It's there for you. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyways, I just been thinking a lot about the growth process, especially with this podcast. And not trying to take it too seriously. Pretty much my goal is to put out one episode a week every Friday. And last week, like, missed the deadline, and I put one out on Saturday. But like one episode a week and just seeing where it takes me. But really trying to understand how other people. So, if anybody has any ideas of their own, feel free to leave a comment below. Or I guess leave a comment. I could, put my Instagram down, something. I don't know. Anyways, I'm on the hunt for figuring out how to expedite the growth process. And maybe not like, I don't think, expedited is the wrong word, because that kind of alludes to a quick fix. But to what's the word? Maybe I know the word, Noah. Enhance or maximize. Yeah, basically just maximize your time.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know. I've for sure not figured that one out yet, but
yeah, because you can just work at McDonald's and make like pretty like as a career path as an adult. And everyone's got different situations, but you could basically make fast food and make shit money too. Or you could like put yourself in another place and work just as hard, show up on time every day still, and make a little more money, or learn a little something new. And I'm getting at, like, keep on challenging yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's super important to me, and I'm very curious about it.
Definitely.
Yeah. Hey, one more question. Yeah, sorry, I interrupted you. What were you saying?
Like, everyone chooses their own path, but like you can grow in either like any direction, really. Just like become a master of some certain craft. I don't know. That was pretty big.
Yeah, that's badass.
It feels pretty good to be a master at something. I don't know when that line is, but
gosh, yeah, that's the best, dude.
I know.
Nice. Yeah. How have your metrics for success changed, or have they?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like going into college, I was like really getting into this like go with the flow mindset, like which is awesome, like really live in the moment type thing, but like um I don't know, like things will just kind of come and let it happen and do a random thing all the time. Um but I don't know, recently I've slowly been shifting to like I don't know, setting more goals and like planning a few things. Because then if I never plan them, I'm just gonna end up sitting around and doing nothing. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's I pretty much same path, bro.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, it's like, I don't know, there's a lot of fun in just really not knowing what you're like, everything's kind of a surprise, but
There's
then
like, yeah,
again,
I'll do that.
exactly. It's hard to get somewhere sometimes that way.
Yeah. Saying yes can come at a price sometimes.
For sure.
I heard this quote on a podcast recently. It was if you I wish I knew who said it. If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for everything.
But that's a really good point. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Does
definitely. I
that
fall for a lot of
does that
things.
kind of like what's that?
I fall for a lot of things.
Yeah, me too. I'm
Yeah.
pretty good at that. One time at Costco when I was a little kid, I thought that my mom had to buy me because I was in the cart and I got all freaked out.
That's hilarious.
I was like, "Fuck no, mom, get me out of here!
What's that?
Oh, get me out of here, mom!"
That's funny. Wait, was she the one who told you that you had to be bought?
Oh, the checkout guy made a joke.
Oh, that's funny. You fell for it.
Yeah, he's like, "You want to buy this one too?"
That's great.
Yeah, I fall for a lot of stuff, man. Yeah, it's kind of definitely one of the things I've realized about myself is that I need to have goals, and I need to have like I also need to have expectations for who I hang out with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like definitely need to hold things around you to an expectation, including people. Like, no matter
yeah,
what you surround yourself with.
yeah. Like I had no expectation. Like my expectations for friends in high school was like, oh, I really hope these guys like to party as hard as I do.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just like I just ended up getting bullied and then letting myself get bullied by the same people
Yeah.
because I didn't want to like branch out and stop partying with the same people.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to have goals. I'm
Yeah.
sold.
You definitely have to have goals. It's yeah. Be reasonable about them, but you definitely have to have goals.
Yeah, you can have goals, but to live in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and to
Which is
balance it too.
it's hard to balance that.
Yeah, it is, and it's one of the great challenges of life.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Because when you got to do things, you create stress, and then stress takes you out of the moment. But you got to do things to progress. I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know if stress always has to take you out of the moment.
Really? Oh, I feel like yeah, I know what you mean.
Like how
If you're
you
stressing,
what was that?
oh, I was just saying if you're stressing about the moment, but keep go
Oh
to what you
yes,
were.
yeah. So like different types of stress
Yeah,
and
definitely.
different. I like stress is a process, right? Because stress is an emotion, or it's actually a physiological response at a
Definitely.
cellular level.
It's like
And
survival, isn't it?
it's what?
It's survival, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a survival response. There's a really great TED talk on it. I'll put the TED talk in the link in the description. That'll actually be kind of a cool thing to do. Stress TED talk. Yeah, it's this lady. She's brilliant. She went on to say how, like, her entire career, she would go and tell people how to minimize stress and how stress is bad and that we should not be stressed, or like try to take time for your day to not be stressed out. And while that's true, while it's good to take a break from things and, chill out a little bit if things are ramped up all the way, actually how we perceive stress and how we talk to ourselves about stress plays a huge part in our physiological response to it.
That's interesting.
Like how our body responds to it. If I'm freaked out because I've watched TV for 8 hours and then I'm like, man, I was such a piece of shit. Can I really do a podcast tonight? Like, if I tell myself like, no, I'm stressed out, or if I tell myself, no, you got this. This is good. It's completely different response that my body makes.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like your body, not all the time. I mean, there's a lot of things out of control, but your body feels how your mind is.
Yeah, mind body connection, man.
Like,
Stuff is real.
for sure. I don't know. I feel like you could be really tired on your couch at 3 p.m. one day, but if you were in a completely different spot, like outside, you might be wide awake and just energized.
Yeah, dude. Today, I would watch a couple episodes and then like go outside and smoke weed, and the cold would wake me up. And I'd be like, yeah, I could do another couple episodes. And then I'd go back inside and watch more TV. And then go back outside and smoke more weed to wake myself up. Process the whole day. It was awful.
That's great though.
Just speaking towards what environment you put yourself in literally changes how you feel.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Yeah. All right, dude. If we can finish this right now, or we can talk about one last thing. We can finish it off. Up to you, man.
Dude, get all the footage you need.
All right. Remaining stagnant. This, for me, for the viewers, sort of a shorter ended question, but when you like feel yourself remaining stagnant, you're in a rut, things aren't going your way, like what do you do? And this doesn't have to be a positive answer. Like it can be like, do you feed into it? I certainly do. Or when do you not feed into it? When is it, like, when is enough? And when do you like fight back and rebel?
Yeah, that's a good point. It definitely, I don't know, it definitely takes me a second to spring up sometimes. Once I'm in a pit, I might start digging it deeper for a few days or weeks even. Like, I don't know, a problem will come to my mind, and then instead of thinking of ways to face that problem, bong rip right off the bat. Not necessarily saying weed is always the problem here, but like, I don't know, sometimes the stress of problems becomes too great that you just want to completely ignore the problems instead of addressing the problem, make the stress go away. But I feel like once I start getting really sleepless is when I start acting on it and like start changing. Because eventually, when my mental's going down, I really start losing sleep, and that's when I'm like, okay, gotta do something here.
Yeah, losing sleep over the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's gosh, I so totally relate to that. When I this wasn't a traumatic experience for me, but it was traumatic in the sense that like I was like predicting the future a lot based off of it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a huge loss in the grand perspective of life by any means. But when I got kicked out of the fire academy, I like very bothersome, and I remember like one of the guys that was like one of the captains didn't look me in the eye when I got kicked out, and he like looked away as I was like as I shook his hand, like he like looked down, and like it was very like to me it just felt like a little bit of fuckery.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like motherfucker, there's something you're not telling me.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, what? Like that was one of the guys. The other guy looked me dead in the eye. I was like, all right, word, fucking
Mm-hmm.
shit day. Anyway, it was a shit ass day, dude. This sucks. Um, like maybe it's the maybe it's the booze, but I completely forgot what I was talking about again.
Oh, getting kicked out of the fire academy, and like um, we were talking about how like remaining stagnant on things.
Oh yeah. In dreams, that's what I was getting at. I had dreams. I would have dreams about like basically I would like get a get an order to go out to an island and do something from my fire captain, and then I would be stranded on the island and like lost, and like oh man, this is like actually affecting my sleep now, like you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
And I like as as a solution, I would dream journal and try to like break it down, and I essentially would like break it down into ego defenses,
Oh wow.
and that helped me, and then it fixed my
Dude,
problem.
that's really impressive. Like, I don't think I would have been that like forward and taking those steps and everything. Like, I don't know.
Thanks. Well, yeah, it was right after I took a psychology class, so I kind of knew he was on what I was going through, if that makes sense, and I was able to apply that to my life, and that was really beneficial.
Dude, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was stoked about that.
Rejection is hard. I don't know how I would handle that because I definitely would
Yeah,
not be like after that.
yeah, it's hard when someone tells you you're not good enough.
It really is. It's a difficult ass time. Yeah.
Like, hey, bro, by the way, you're not good enough, so good. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like obviously there's yeah, it's tough. Yeah, it's remaining remaining stagnant is a big one. Or
Hmm.
has been a big aspect in my life.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Anyways, last question. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Oh shit. I don't know. I think flying, just being able to fly would be so sick.
Hard. Nice. That's
You could
awesome.
get anywhere.
Yeah, you could, man. Superman powers would be pretty sweet. Hey, Noah, well, thanks for taking the time out of your day. Thanks for coming on. I really do cherish talking to my friends from back home
Dude,
that
thank you.
I don't get to see at this time of my life. So it's honestly the highlight of my week. Pretty much
Yeah,
every just to connect with some homies that know me well. And
dude, this was definitely my highlight too. Thank you.
thank you. Yeah, you're more than welcome to come on anytime you want. And I hope you have a great night.
Yeah, you too, Nolan. Thank you.
Yeah. I'll peace out everybody. Oh yeah, wait, sorry. Um any been meaning to do this. Do you have any final thoughts or any like things you would like to share with the audience? Any things that you would like to promote? Literally, I don't care what you say, or I care what you say, but say anything.
Alrighty. I don't know. Shout out my parents. They've definitely helped my upbringing to the fullest they could. Yeah.
Cheers. You heard it from Noah Heck himself. Give your parents a hug. Tell them you love them. All right.
Yeah, I
Bye.
will. Thank you. Bye, Nolan.